So with House of the Dragon Season 1 done, a lot of folks are thinking back to Game of Thrones, especially about Bran Stark, who ended up as king, which, yeah, was a pretty divisive choice. But here's the thing. Bran on the HBO show isn't exactly the same Bran from George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire books. There are some pretty big differences. Let me break down 10 key ones for you. How he looks. On the show, Bran looks like your classic Stark, brown hair, dark eyes. But in the books, he actually takes after his mom, Catelyn Tully, with auburn hair and bright blue eyes. That switch kind of changes the vibe with family tensions, especially how Catelyn feels about Jon Snow. His age book Bran starts out as a little kid, like 7 years old, and stays pretty young for a while. The show made him older, more like a teenager, which gives him more freedom and makes it a bit easier to believe he could end up king. How he treats commoners. In the books, Bran really cares about the small folk and is generous. He even promises rewards for their help. The show mostly skips over that side of him, so we miss out on how honorable and kind he is. Friendship's book Bran loves his friends, and even sends them treats at parties. Show Bran? Not so much. He often seems distant or even snappy, focusing more on his mystical powers than his friendships. Some fans felt that made him less relatable. His ruthlessness in the books, Bran sometimes uses his skin-changing powers pretty harshly, especially with Hodor. He doesn't always care about Hodor's fear, showing a colder, more complex side. The show kinda softens that. Frey's Winterfell. In the books, Bran interacts with some Frey boys who were raised at Winterfell, which adds a layer to his story, and to Stark Frey tensions. The show leaves all that out. Relationship with Rickon, Bran, and Rickon aren't super close in the books. Rickon actually hangs out more with those Frey boys. This adds a bit of depth to their sibling relationship, showing Bran's patience and care. The show doesn't really explore this. His bond with Summer, Bran's connection with his direwolf Summer in the books, is super deep, almost like they share a mind. The show barely highlights this, which weakens one of the coolest Stark relationships. Respect for Robb, book Bran looks up to Robb a lot and feels responsible to serve and follow his example. This sense of duty is way less obvious on the show. His growth as a leader, the books spend time showing Bran learning to be a skilled lord and just ruler. The show touches on it briefly, but his rise to king feels a lot less earned. All in all, the show simplified Bran quite a bit, losing some of the depth and nuance that made him so interesting in the books. Knowing these differences really helps you appreciate both versions of Bran Stark more.